It will be enough to say that I am Juan Pablo Castro, the painter who killed Maria Iribarne. This is how The Tunnel by Ernesto Sabato begins, a short but intense story that takes us deep into the dreary mind of a man that is obsessed and isolated. Published in 1948, this novel isn't just about crime of passion. It's about how can someone get lost in their own thoughts until they reach its breaking point. What makes The Tunnel so special is the way how Ernesto Sabato tells us the story. He puts us inside Juan Pablo Castro's head, a character full of insecurities, jealousy, and despair to be understood. As we read, we see the world through his eyes and feel also what Castro feels, making us wonder, is he a dangerous man or just someone who never found like his path or his place in this world? This novel also explores something very real, the difficulty of truly understanding and connecting with others. That's why, even though this novel was written about 70 years ago, it still nowadays connecting with us, with our relationship and also with our thoughts. Yeah, in this video we will search what makes The Tunnel a masterpiece, from its story and style to its connection with other works. We will also imagine how this story might play like nowadays in today's world. So if you ever feel like trapped in your own mind, this book will make you think a lot. So stay with us and let's step into the tunnel together.
Reader, writers, and text. Sabato's intention. In this text, Zapatos want to explore mainly ideas like, for example, loneliness, love, and obsession, and how love can become something really dangerous if there is obsession between it. Also, the style and meaning. The story, as we know, is told from Juan Pablo Castro's perspective, and because of this, the story feels really intense and direct, and in some cases, we can argue with the narrator by his decisions. Unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator. Castell doesn't see a clear reality, so that is why we can't fully trust on what he says. And while we're reading, we question ourselves about what is the truth behind the text. The psychological depth. This book makes us think about our themes, like for example the obsession and violence that is ongoing in the text. It kind of reflects those deeply emotions in the human that are deeply on our heart and can live in every moment. Time and space. Historical context. This novel was written after World War II. That was a really hard time for people, and there was a lot of uncertainty and anxiety in life. The political context. This happened in Argentina, where there was a movement that was just rising that was called Peronism, and this was a movement that provoked chaos, and it is also reflected in Castell's mind with the chaos he's going. Finally, the cultural context, that the book is kind of influenced by existentialism, that is an ideology that talks about feeling lost and searching meaning in life. So it also captures the atmosphere of Buenos Aires, that is like a vibrant city, and the atmosphere where Castell is searching for that kind of meaning in life, in love, and in the obsession he feels for Maria.
So let's talk about some other topics about The Tunnel, like time and space. The Tunnel was published in 1948, after World War II. At that time, the world was unstable, and Argentina was under Juan Perón government. These events influenced the novel, showing themes of isolation and distrust. Sabato criticized strict governments, and we can see this in Castell's paranoia and difficulty relating to others. The story takes place in Buenos Aires. but much of it happens in Castel's thoughts. The city of Buenos Aires represents society, while his loneliness shows how disconnected he feels to the world. The tunnel itself is a symbol of his mind, dark, closed, and separated from the world. Different generations see the tunnel in different ways. For example, in the 1940s, people connected with the themes of fear and doubt, but today we can see that it is a story about obsession and mental health, which are important topics in modern life and this generation. Another topic I like to talk about is intertextuality. Sabato was inspired by writers like Fyodor Dostoevsky and Jean-Paul Sartre. The tunnel is similar to Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment because both books explore guilt and inner struggles. Castel, like Baboscope, the protagonist of this book, thinks too much about his actions and tries to justify them. The novel also connects with other stories about love and obsession, like The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. Both books show strong emotions that leads to tragedy. Castell's obsession with Maria is similar to the controlling love in Vladimir's Nabokov Lolita. Today, many movies and TV shows explore similar ideas. Films like The Joker from 2019 show a man losing control of his mind, just like Castell, and psychological thrillers like Black Swarm or You that also have characters with dangerous obsessions, showing that the tunnel is still relevant until today.
What if the tunnel was written in 2025 instead of 1948? One of the principal changes will be the social media and the technology, because Castle would not write letters. He instead would send messages on social media, and that way also he would stalk Maria online, checking her photos and posts instead of following her in the streets. He could track her location with technology. People would see his obsession as a mental illness, not just as a deep love. Maria might have a stronger role and more independence, and the story will still show loneliness and obsession, but in a modern world with digital isolation. This is how a modern version of the tunnel will look.
My name is Juan Pablo Castel. I am an artist and a graphic designer. I spend most of my time observing, painting, and creating artworks full of details that others ignore. They say art is the best way to express what we feel, but what happens when what we feel consumes us? I spent months working on a painting. Every line, every shadow, every detail had a precise meaning, but no one understood it except her, Maria. She was different. There was something in her gaze. It was the way she moved, the way she looked at things as if they held some hidden meaning. She carried a quiet sadness, a secret she never spoke of. And that's what drew me to her. Because if she could understand my painting, then maybe she could understand me. This will be my painting if I were Juan Pablo Castel. But I'm clearly not, so this was the real result.
Hi,
Oh yeah, hello.
I want to send a letter
Oh, perfect. For who?
for Maria Iribarne.
Maria Iriban.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What direction?
For the 345 number 48 Buenos Aires.
Oh, perfect. And okay, you know that when you give us a letter, we can't deliver it back to you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. It will be there in 3 days.
Hey, madam.
Oh, what's up?
I want the letter I've just sent back.
What letter?
The letter to Maria Iribarne.
Who is Maria Iribarne?
Bro, it's the letter I've just sent 10 minutes ago.
I don't remember. Stop screaming. Stop screaming.
You have Alzheimer.
Hey, respect me.
Give me the letter back.
I can't. Do you have a proof?
No, I don't have nothing here now, but you need to
Then
give
you
me the
need
letter
to
back.
leave. The
I am
letter-
Juan Pablo Castel, you have it there.
The letter could be already sent. I don't give a shit about your problems. My work over here is to just send letters out. That's the thing. So leave. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Alright. So why does this novel still matter today? Well, It covers big ideas like identity, social justice, and standing up for what's right. Take the main character for example. Just like many people today, they struggle to find out their place in society. Castle often misbehaves or more likely to be understand. He talks in a matter of way to get understood by many people, but in reality, the only person who truly understand him was Maria, like the person he killed. So the conflicts in the story also feel familiar. The way certain groups face oppression in the novel reminds of real world issues like racism, economic inequality, and political corruption. It's proof that history tends to repeat itself, just in different ways. But here's a big takeaway: the novel challenges us to think critically about power and justice. It pushes us to be more aware, more emphatic, and more active in making change. Just like characters fight for a better world, we see the same thing happening today with movements for human rights, climate actions, and social justice. So finally, in the end, this book isn't just about the past. It's a reminder that these struggles are still happening, and we'll have a role to play in shaping the future. That's our conclusion. Thank you for seeing.